Nick Espinoza, your Chief Security Fanatic and CIO here. Today we're going to be talking about ransomware. And I absolutely hate delivering this tip. Ransomware sucks. There's nothing good about it. I wrote an article entitled I Love Ransomware, and the only reason why I love ransomware is because it enumerates the flaws in current cybersecurity, like virus scanners, and just how easy it is for ransomware to fool them. And it's a very big problem that is plaguing the world right now. And these guys have made hundreds of millions of dollars in the last few years alone just developing ransomware. And there are many different types of ransomware, but all of them try to separate your data from you and then want you to pay them money to get it back. And so there have been previous ransomware attempts where they've hidden the files, or they lock the computer out, or they'll take a screenshot of you and say, we're sending this to the FBI because you have committed some kind of horrific crime and you need to pay $200, for the processing fee or whatnot. But the biggest one right now is crypto infections. And basically the way these work is they're able to bypass virus scanners because they change the code so constantly, so frequently. They infect the computer, and then they go through and encrypt absolutely everything. So your pictures, your movies, your music, Word documents, anything that was pretty much be personal to you is encrypted and locked out with very tough encryption. And then you get a pop-up that says, hey, you've been infected, please pay X amount of money, usually through Bitcoin, to go ahead and unlock the files. And it's a real problem, and a lot of people that don't have adequate protection for this or really know what they're doing end up having to pay to get their files back. And they usually do, but we also know their computers are still infected. So it's a real big problem. So the way we combat this at the user level is have good backups that are detachable from the computer, because ransomware is now going after the backups as well. So if you're using a USB drive or something like that, you need to make sure that USB drive is unplugged when it's done backing up so it can't be physically infected. Also, using stuff like good web filters will be is very effective, because if you can't go to a website that has a ransomware infection if your web filter is not letting you do that. So something like OpenDNS would be a very good option. At the corporate level, your best and most effective defense is a next generation firewall that has zero-day updating, meaning your firewall company is inoculating your firewall in real time in less than 24 hours after new outbreaks happen, and it goes a very long way to defending you. The last line of defense is a virus scanner, because they have been pretty much proven ineffective. And next generation virus scanners seem to be somewhat effective against this, but it's only a matter of time until the hackers kind of figure out how they work and how they get around them. So your best bet is defense. Your best bet is URL filtering. If you're a corporation, next generation firewalls. But it takes a little bit of common sense to make sure that you're not opening spam email that could potentially have it in. Almost 80% of all phishing emails right now are ransomware, and that's on the rise. And going to websites that you know you're actually going to are legit, because that's the other way that you primarily get infected. So good backups, just be alert online, good web filter, next generation firewall if you're a business, and best of luck.